Hello to Doctor and everyone. My name is Agnes Peck with metric number 2792885. Okay, so today I would like to talk about the movie North Country. First of all, North Country is a film that mainly explains about the unequal status among men and women in the workplace of Iron Man. North Country is actually based on a true story. The inspiration of the movie was based on Louis Jensen, who filed the first-class action lawsuit for sexual harassment in the American history. Now, let's come into the movie. Josie Ames, a brave and powerful woman, and a single mother of two, is willing to stand up to fight for women's justice and stand against sexual harassment in the workplace. Before she faced the sexual harassment in the workplace, she was being abused by her husband, so she decides to return to her hometown in northern Minnesota with her two children. In order to raise her children by her own, she wants to work at the local iron mine, where this place can earn more money. However, the mining activities will harm the environment. The working environment causes land and water pollution, where it destroys landscape, causes soil erosion, pollute waterways, and causes air pollution from diesel generator. Next, before going to work at the mine, she needs to do the medical checkup, which is the pregnancy test. This is where Josie's privacy is not being protected. After she did the medical pregnancy test, the doctor spread her personal data to the employer in the mine. Then the employer mentioned uncomfortable words about Josie's private body parts in the public. So, this showed that both of the doctor and the employer did not protect Josie's privacy. Furthermore, there is gender discrimination issue in the workplace. Josie's father, who also works in the mine, does not support her working there because he thinks that the work is not suitable for the women. When Josie starts working in the mine, she realized that the male co-workers often destroy women's restroom, and she and the other female co-workers are frequently subjected to emotional, physical, and sexual harassment from their male co-workers because of their gender as women. Moreover, Josie and the other women workers face unfair and unjust working conditions at the mine. This is because when Josie tries to voice up this sexual harassment issue to the supervisors and the owner, they just ignore the issue. The owner of the mine even offers to accept her resignation instead of listening to her concerns, which caused Josie to experience an unfair treatment. Josie then decides to sue the mining company because she can no longer take the harassment. She does so with the assist of her friend Glory and an ex-lawyer Bill White. During the process, it is quite challenging for them to obtain any evidence of verification because the other women are afraid of facing any bad consequences from the company or from their male co-workers after the incident. In addition, when the court, the mining company's attorney tries to use Josie's sexual history to fight against her, in which Bobby Sharp, her ex-boyfriend from high school, gives untrue evidence that Josie had a sexual relationship with their high school teacher. But the actual truth is Josie was being raped by her teacher. At last, during Bill's cross-examination, Bobby is finally admitting that he saw the high school teacher rape Josie, but refrained from interviewing because he was too afraid. Following by this issue, Glory and the other female co-workers then stands with Josie to fight for their rights. Therefore, the mining company is compelled to compensate the women from suffering and finally implement a policy against the workplace sexual harassment. To be honest, me myself as a woman, North Country is one of the movies that make me feel sad and angry at the same time because the story plot is something that I've heard about but I never really can imagine it. This movie is very realistic and amazing at the same time to reflect how women at the time fight for their rights, especially for those who live in poverty. Although Josie has been suffering and going through lots of unhappy situations, such as being raped by a high school teacher, abused by her husband, and sexually harassed by her male co-workers, but she still has the courage to sue the big mining company and has the spirit and willpower to continue living for the sake of her children. If there is a person like Josie appears in my real life, I will see her as my role model, as she taught me that all women should be brave to defend their own rights and to fight back against male injustice throughout the world. But in this new era, no matter men or women, everyone should be courage and brave to protect our own rights. Besides, about how this movie impact my ethical life, the pollution issue in this movie indeed has suffered both human health and the environment. So we should be responsible to take actions to decrease the pollution and protect the environment, such as encourage eco-friendly business or industry to save the earth. Next, unprotected privacy will cause the pressure or tension of one individual. Or worse, unprotected privacy may cause the mental health problems such as depression. Therefore, I alert that the privacy must be protected in order to protect the information and to ensure human dignity, safety, and self-determination. The issue of gender discrimination will increase the case of violence and will lead to physical and mental health problems among women. Thus, gender equality is important to avoid violence happen among women, and the country can be advanced and will be able to achieve higher development growth. Last but not least, unfair working conditions will result in decreasing the welfare of the workers, will cause us less productivity, and will have the higher chance of incidents happen. Every individual, whether men or women, has the right to work in a safe and fair environment. In this inclusive world, fairness at work will let all workers, no matter which gender, to feel secure, safe, and be motivated in order to perform their jobs well. Alright, that's all my sincere reviews about the movie North Country. Thank you so much for listening.